Hello, we're back for the Real Botox Diaries. Tracy.
And Gina.
Yeah. Sorry, I kind of waited there a
That's
second.
okay. I love today's
Um,
topic, Gina.
I do too, and this is something candidly I never, ever in my whole entire life thought I would be discussing, but it makes me so angry and it makes me so that I just had to discuss it.
Well, first
And
of
it's
all, angry that okay, yeah, throw it out there. What
it
what is
makes
making you so mad?
I got a email this morning. I subscribe to all these little email newsletters, all that kind of stuff that you get when you go to a website and ask you to sign up. A pink memo. It's great for professional women. And the topic this morning was, do kids kill your careers? And I just thought, are you kidding me? And that kind of was just put right on top of something else that kind of ticked me off a few weeks ago. And I actually emailed Tracy over the weekend when I read this line in this article about Kelly Ripa, of all people, in Elle magazine. And the line in the article said, for many women, family is often at odds with a career, but Ripa's arguably has been a factor in her success. The latter part I didn't care that much about. It was the front part that really kind of, really? Family is often at odds with a career, and I find that to be the case, but I don't think kids can be a career killer.
Oh, I'm glad you're going. Oh, you were scaring me for
Really?
a moment because
Why?
you said you were just so mad and you never thought you'd be talking about it. What aspect of I never thought I'd be talking
Well,
about it?
and the article in Pink Memo this morning touched on the fact that a lot of women, just like I did, are waiting to have children a little bit later in life, which is in stark contrast to you because you had your children very young.
I had them very young. I was not expecting to have them so young. And when I was going through high school, I mean, I was one of those super achiever types, you know, like obnoxiously so.
I can so see you in the class.
I was driven, and I thought I will maybe get married in my 30s. I knew I wanted kids, but I knew it would not be until my late 30s. And wait, you know, back then, class of '86, you know, that was old, you know,
right,
when you're a kid.
Yeah.
But you know, but I just kind of tried to make lemonade out of what was a little unexpected lemon delivery, and I love it. And I've loved having kids in I love it. It's made my career meaningful.
This article touches on that. Up 80% since 1976, the number of American women without children has risen to an all-time high of 1 in 5. Women with advanced degrees represent the majority of these women. According to a health expert, blah, 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 people are enjoying their lives. They're traveling, shopping, eating out. Putting a baby into the situation is going to change everything. Okay, I got to be honest. I have a 15-month-old. Jordan turned 15 months today. I just came back from a weekend in Austin where Jordan was hanging out at the bar with me, going up to every table in the bar. It just angers me so much when I hear so many people say, oh, you're going to have a kid, you're going to have to give everything up.
Why? You don't have to.
When I was pregnant, everyone asked me, are you going to go back to work? Girl, I was going stir crazy when I was on maternity leave because I needed that outlet and stimulation of work. And I was the kind of person who never wanted to have kids. I never wanted to have kids my whole life.
Isn't that interesting?
Never wanted. And now this article touches on this. Some highly ambitious mothers say that the change, having a child, is the best thing that ever happened to them. It made me a better worker, without question, because candidly, I'm not out drinking every night, so now I can get up earlier in the mornings. But it's very frustrating to me because that question is never applied to a man. Never, never once.
That
Yet
is
for
a good
every
point.
single woman, it is.
That is a good point because it almost seems it's in sharp contrast to your whatever maternal instincts, and you get blamed for not being maternal enough. But I just feel that that's changed so much. I mean, I really wrestled with that.
Certainly,
Back in my early childhood years, child rearing years, I would think it'd be a lot easier for you, and I'm surprised to read that stuff these days. It just sounds so antiquated to me.
That is why, because you say you feel like it's changed so much. Yet I received this email in the mail, in my inbox this morning. This was in the February issue of Elle magazine with Claire Danes on the cover. I mean,
yeah, that makes no sense to me. You know what we should ask though? Hey, ladies, do you mind joining us for a second? Lady, our corporate apprentice here at CBS. So, first of all, how old are you, lady?
I'm 22.
22.
Yes.
And what are your thoughts on children in this career?
Children. Yeah, I don't want children.
I was her.
It's because
And talk closely here.
I was telling Gina, it's because I'm the type of person, first, I really don't have enough patience for children. So that's my biggest thing. I'm like, I love my nieces and nephews. I can have them for maybe 5-6 hours at the most. And then I can push them back to their mothers and fathers. But to have children of my own, especially in this career where you never know where you're going to end up. You never know where you're going to live. You never know when you're going to have to pick up and, move somewhere, or if you're going to have to work a double shift or something like that. Kids just get in the way.
Do you believe that maybe some of that has to do with your age right now? Do you think you would change your mind in 10 years?
I've been saying this since You can ask my mother since I was yay high. I don't want kids.
But she's a super achiever too.
I am, and that may have something to do with it because I'm so used to being so busy and being so involved in a lot of things.
Ladies, let me ask you something. Do you believe that there is a thread of the word selfish in that? That there's a
Yeah.
that it's about you.
My
You
mom
don't want a
says-
kid messing up what you all.
And that was exactly me, without question.
My mom tells me all the time, she's like, you're just being selfish right now, but when you get older, it'll change. I don't think so because I know me and I know what I want and I just don't want kids.
You really and do what if you could have this career and you could have children at the same time and have it not mess up anything and it were all positive? Would you reconsider? Would you consider having children?
If we could cut out the 9 months of
Being pregnant is a bad.
It's
I
not
love
that
being
bad.
pregnant.
It's not that bad. I swear to God, I was all worried about getting fat and everything. It's not that bad.
See, that's not what I'm worried
That's
about.
so
I'm worried about the whole being uncomfortable for 9 months. That's just I can't.
Girl, it's
not
no
that
big
bad.
whoop.
It's not that bad.
But I
forget that.
may reconsider if I can have the career and the kid too.
All right.
Maybe.
I'll tell you, there's an easier way to have that is to have a partner who's there willing to help you.
That is the bottom line.
Because I was so worried with you. I mean, I work in sports. I work late nights. You know, if something happens, I got to go cover it. Had to go to shoot around this morning. You know, that was the
You have to choose wisely. If you're in this career or any career that you really care about, that you want to be just as committed to your job and the responsibilities you have at your job, I won't say just in different ways, as your family, then you find a partner who's going to support that endeavor. That makes a difference.
Well, we'll
But
see
anyway,
in
but
10
for now,
years.
she's not having kids. Thank you, ladies.
She's still working on that.
Thank you,
career.
ladies. Yeah. Do you think do you believe you're a selfish person now?
I'm still selfish, without question, because I don't want to give up the handbags and I don't want to give up the hair and the nails and everything. But having a child, and every parent can speak to this, has just completely enhanced my life and given me the opportunity to connect with other mothers and other people in a way that really wasn't possible previously and never would have had the opportunity to experience. And if I'm making a sacrifice, I'm kind of happy to make that sacrifice.
Yeah.
For her, which is surprising.
Isn't it good? It's just good because you love that child and you want to sacrifice for
And
them.
it's so fun.
But I found some journals of mine. I actually have them here, some of them. And I talk about way back when, I was probably 22, I guess. And I wrote, I love not having to think about myself anymore or I'm not first anymore. And it feels so good. I feel free. I said that. There is a freedom in not caring about every detail of your life and your career and that you put somebody else first. And that was a huge transition for me.
Cool.
And that obviously wasn't my nature at the time. And it's made me a better human being.
Really, I still think about everything, and I still think everything. I feel like I'm hanging by the thread, and I still feel like that thread could unravel at any moment, just by the nature of this business and how wonky this industry is. But it is that I don't feel like I'm less selfish. I just love the aspect of caring for somebody else as much as I do.
And okay. So it's not about taking away from you, it's just about expanding.
It's just about expanding. And in terms of professionally, I think it's helped me expand. And I think it's made me a better person and a better employee and a better, more focused person for my career because there's so many more things that I want to do now that I didn't want to do before and so many things that I want to do for her that it was never a part of my landscape at all. And now I need to do certain things professionally and personally to achieve those goals. And it's just made me more focused, better, and just more targeted in terms of what I want to do with my life.
I look at it. I think my favorite result is the connective tissue between an anchor person and our viewers. Like I love the relationship that I feel. I really do. I know this sounds weird, but especially in my former talk show host days. I don't know. It's just made me more outward thinking and I can understand where everybody's coming from. When you start to have kids and you've got all these viewers who have children and you look at life differently once you have children. And I don't know, I just love to be able to relate to people.
It's more relatable. It makes you much more relatable and you understand. And even in my world, working with a bunch of guys, there's such a better connection there. Oh my gosh, such a better connection that I didn't even know was possible. That's been very cool.
Okay, so is there anything else that ticks you off about these articles that we need to address?
I think that we need to focus on practical, realistic solutions for women and their families because it seems like women are trying so hard to do things to live up to a certain ideal. Just focus on your own ideal, not what some stupid article says about kids killing careers. You can still have a kid and be as successful, if not more so, than you ever dreamed of being.
So don't buy into that crap is what we're trying to say.
Yeah, that whole...
And we want to hear from you,
Yeah,
too.
we do. Yeah,
I wish I had something to give away. What can I give away? If they write
bacon, cotton candy.
This is what I will send you. If you write a great comment, bacon cotton candy called Hog Heaven. And why the Texas Motor Speedway sent it out, I guess I'll have to read all about
I'm
it.
trying it tonight
yours.
live on the face.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm
All right,
scared.
you can win your own if you comment on this vlog, and I don't know.
She doesn't like it.
It looks disgusting. Okay, bye everybody.